Hi everybody, this is John. Hey, I haven't shown you anything on my diorama for a while. I haven't worked on it too much, but I did do a few things. I'm not doing it in front of you because it's just the kind of project this is. It's kind of hard to do with, it's very tedious, takes a long time. I spent a few hours doing this, so I just did what I did so far, and I was going to show it to you. What I did basically is put a lot of rubble, and I put some buildings on the diorama here. And what I used is, well, first of all, I'll just kind of say a little bit about how when you do something like this, you want to have the model nearby so that you can put it on there once in a while to make sure that you are putting everything where it's not going to be in the way of the feet or whatever. And it looks aesthetically pleasing to you. I did mark where the feet were going to go, but I had to also be careful where the tail was going to end up. And so this is what I came up with. And I'll take this guy off of here so you can see it a little better, what I've actually done. And I'll just tell you a little bit about some of the stuff I used to make this so far. Got a lot more to do on it. But for some of these broken up buildings, I used a retaining wall from Woodland Scenics. It's made out of like a plaster material. It looks like this. What I did is I broke these into sections about 1/3, and then I cut into them with a Dremel and made them the shape I wanted. I tried to put them together a little bit. It looked like they might have made a building at one time. I also, here, on another diorama I did one time, I took a building and I used part of the building, and I saved the other part, and all the little chunks of plastic and all that, I kept all that. And I just put it in a, like a dish like this for future use. And so I'm using it now. I also took some pieces of balsa wood. I have some that are wider and flat, and I have some little stick type pieces. I stuck them in around the rubble, coming out of the rubble. And then I use this stuff. This is it's not trail mix. It's actually a it's actually some stuff that's I don't know if you can see it there or not. But what this is my neighbor worked on cars, and this is his clay-based oil dry stuff, and he smoked and put his ashes in there. He also had chips and pieces of corroded metal, all kinds of good stuff in there. I used that to help make rubble, and I actually have borrowed people's cigarette ashes and stuff for projects like this. This has maybe a little bit in that. And again, I also used, as you might have seen earlier, this taxidermy base mix. It has a lot of different different size pieces, and there's even little pieces of metal in that as well. But the buildings, basically they're, I'll find these on eBay. I'll see one that I like. This is an apartment building. I don't know what I'll use this on, but I'll probably break the heck out of it in order to use it, like I did this. This is actually a bingo hall I used for another diorama that was like called Godzilla Kicks the Habit, where he's attacking some nuns at a bingo hall. And I think I made a YouTube video about that as well. But anyway, another thing I used was I had pieces of plaster and stuff that I had saved from when I poured Durham's water putty down, and I'd leave a little bit in the bottom of a bowl like this, and I would let it dry, and then I'd just break it up, get it out, and so I have these pieces that I set in where the footprints were, and in some other areas that just looks like concrete broken. Now the thing is, maybe what I should have done is painted this thing first and then added that, but it doesn't really matter. I want a lot of color in here, and I'll be putting in some concrete color, different things. My airbrush is broken right now, or it hasn't worked for a while, so I'd like to have that, but you know, you'll see what I do with the paint later. I got some ideas of what to do, but I like some of the color that I have already just from the natural material. What I did once I put all this stuff down, I took Durham's water putty, which I didn't bring the can again, but look at one of my earlier videos and you'll see what it looks like. But I made it really thin, so it's just like you could pour it like water, and I poured it carefully on some of these areas, and what it does, it doesn't add a lot of the color of that, it just kind of seeps in and it looks just like, oh, it's not going to do anything. But once that dries, it really does help kind of bond everything, and it kind of filled some of the cracks that I had here that were a little bit too much. Now what I'll do now is I'll grab the camera and I'll hold it so you can see the details maybe a little bit better, I hope. So hang on, I'll show you. Now I hope you can see a little bit better what I'm doing here. And there you can see the pieces of plaster that I have for the footprint areas. And there's a little bit closer look at my buildings that I made out of the retaining wall. And here again is my plastic building that another thing I did was in some of the areas here, I went to a well ventilated area and where I couldn't cause a fire or anything, and I took a match and I went ahead and burnt some areas so that it would look a little bit less like a jagged plastic and like something had burned on there. Like I say, I'll be painting this, and so the colors will hopefully not look so weird like that red. I'm not sure I like that. But what I'm gonna do next, I hope, is the focal point. He's gonna be looking down at this area here where I'm gonna put a guy and maybe his family, hopefully a little car like it's like a 3-wheel car he uses in the video. And I want to put a sign on the ground that shows what he was looking at that made him so mad at Godzilla, of his shop, I believe. And so I want to put some of the remnants of his shop in that sign, and then the people looking up. And then I'll probably bring some more of this rubble in here, but I want to kind of leave this a little bit more open looking so that your eyes sort of like, what's going on here? And then that's where the people will be. And I'd asked a couple friends that know Japanese a little bit to look at the video and tell me what they think it says, and or maybe help me know what the characters are a little better. And I'll try to put this video that I'm referencing on this video so you can see it. And if anybody wants to help me, so far people I've asked about it haven't had time or whatever, so if anybody wants to look at that, and if they can tell me a little bit about what they see there to help me make a better sign or whatever than what I maybe can come up with by just on my own. But that's probably the next thing I'm going to do. I may paint what I got here a little bit, add that, and then paint again. Things are good to be done on things like this in layers, and it's really kind of hard to make a lot of junk look aesthetically pleasing. But that's what I tried to do. And I just have pieces of plastic, all kinds of stuff in here that I'm using. So I hope you think it's coming along when we get Godzilla on there. And when it's all done, I'm hoping it'll be pretty cool.